What's up? Big Herc 916. Positivity, motivation, never settle for average. You know how we do it over here. Go to bigherc916.com, pick you up some merch, grab you a hat, a hoodie, represent, or grab a bar of soap and wash your ass. Ain't nothing worse than a smelly butt, man. Come on now, you don't want to walk around with a crusty drawers on. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, represent, and let's get into it. So there's a big case that was going around in Hollywood, the Danny Masterson rape trial. He was convicted and was awaiting sentencing. He's the star from the hit series, The 70s Show. It's been, on a lot of the media platforms, both mainstream and on the trending platforms, his story, the rape case. Well, they sentenced Danny Masterson to 30 years to life for 2 rapes. Masterson starred in the 70s Show, a TV series that was airing at the time of his crimes in the early 2000s. Prosecutors argue Masterson, 47, had relied on his status as a prominent Scientologist to avoid accountability. Judge Charlene Almeida allowed the victims of his crimes to read impact statements in court ahead of his sentencing. Prominent former Scientologist and actress Leah Remini attended Thursday's hearings and comforted the women before and after they delivered their statements. "I wish I had reported him earlier to the police," one of the women said, according to U.S. media. Another woman told Masterson, "I forgive you. Your sickness is no longer mine to bear," according to Reuters. Masterson remained silent throughout the hearing. As the judge read his sentence, the maximum penalty allowed, his wife, Bajot Phillips, was seen in court breaking down in tears. Masterson was found guilty in May at a retrial after the first jury was unable to reach a verdict in 2022. Following his conviction, Masterson was deemed a flight risk and was taken into prison custody. The actor was convicted after 3 women testified that he had sexually assaulted them at his Hollywood home from 2001 to 2003, during the height of his television fame. The jury heard testimony that he had given them drugs before he assaulted them, and he was found guilty of rape against 2 of his 3 accusers. The charges brought by the 3rd accuser was declared a mistrial, and prosecutors said they do not plan to retry the case. Allison Anderson, a lawyer representing 2 of the victims, said in a statement sent to BBC News that the women have displayed tremendous strength and bravery by coming forward to law enforcement and participating directly in 2 grueling criminal trials. Despite persistence, harassment, obstruction, and intimidation, these courageous women helped hold a ruthless sexual predator accountable today, she said. Throughout the trial, prosecutors argued that the Church of Scientology had helped cover up the assaults as an allegation the organization has categorically denied. At the time of the attacks, Masterson and all 3 of the accusers were Scientologists. Several of the women said it took them years to come forward because Church of Scientology officials discouraged them from reporting the rape to police. Scientology officials told one survivor she would lose her membership of the community unless she signed a non-disclosure agreement and accepted a payment of $400,000, according to prosecutors. During the trial, Judge Almeida allowed both sides to discuss the dogma and practices of Scientology, angering the organization. In his statement after the verdict in May, the Church of Scientology said they were not scintilla of evidence supporting the scandalous allegations that the church harassed accusers. In court on Thursday, one woman described being shunned by her mother, who is still a practicing Scientologist. "She texted me and told me never to contact her again," she said, reported the LA Times. "She had warned me ahead of time she wanted to see Danny Masterson locked away for what he'd done to me, but not at the expense of her religion." Another woman said she had been victimized by the Church of Scientology ever since she spoke out. "Since the week I came forward to police, I have been terrorized, harassed, had my privacy invaded daily by the cult of Scientology for almost 7 years now," she said, adding, "but I don't regret it." Masterson was first accused of rape in 2017 during the height of the Me Too movement. He denied the accusations and said each of the encounters was consensual. Charges came after a 3-year investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department. Prosecutors did not file charges in 2 other cases because of insufficient evidence and statute of limitations expiring. Thursday's sentencing was also attended by Jessica Barnes, who founded Voices in Action in the wake of the Me Too movement. Ms. Barnes was one of the women to publicly accuse disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein of abuse. Her nonprofit works to encourage others to come forward and report abuse. Before the hearing, a motion for a new trial by Masterson's defense team was denied by the judge, according to Los Angeles court officials. Yeah, man, Hollywood is a very dirty place. Navigating through the swamps there, you have to know who you're dealing with. And a lot of times it's hard to know who you're dealing with because a lot of people don't speak the truth on other people because they want to do business with these people. They have deals with these people. And as you have heard, Scientology is a big player in Hollywood. I've never personally dealt with anybody in Scientology, but I do know about the sexual exploits of Hollywood to a degree as far as producers and different people using their positions to garner favors. And that's been known for a long time. You don't hear a lot about it as far as with the men, because the men are usually caught up in something that's considered homosexual, so they don't want that to be exposed. But the women, coming forward is something that's been going on for years. You'd be surprised about how many women have been paid off to not speak out. And what Masterson was doing as far as, giving the women drugs before he raped them, that's something that's known all throughout Hollywood. If you go to a club, you don't ever take a drink from somebody else. You don't ever leave your drink down anywhere. Somebody buys you a drink, you don't want to drink it. You have to literally watch somebody pour your drink and not let that drink leave your side. You don't, if you go to the bathroom and come back, the drink's no good. And it's just really dirty, man. And there's a lot of sexual predators out there, a lot of guys who take pleasure in exploiting women to this degree, and there's a lot of guys who take pleasure in exploiting men to this degree, and things happen and people don't say anything because they don't want to be ostracized in case they want to get another job. They don't want to be the person who told on that other person, and now they're trying to prove their situation, and so they just remain silent. And these people continue on their path. So 30 years he's gonna be up in there, man. And I tell you, a rape case in a state prison is no joke. The white guys in prison do not play with that, man. I don't know how it is now, but back in the day, if you had a rape on your jacket, the woods is, man, they putting in work. They run a tight ship. So I don't know now what's going to happen. Things have changed. A lot of the politics in state prison, but it's not something you want to go to jail for on your jacket. And to those out there who, think you're getting away with something, it took 3 years for them to investigate this case. And look, they got a conviction. 30 years, man, that's it. That's a wrap, and then denied his appeal. So, I'm quite sure there's other people who maybe have been doing the same thing who are now very scared, because whatever he was doing as far as the drugs he was using, he had to have learned that from somebody else. Somebody else gave him that game. Because you do what somebody else is showing you, and that's how you continue. I mean, I don't think he just thought up off the top of his head to start drugging these women. Obviously, he probably heard from somebody else, or somebody else did it and told him how to do it, and then he started doing it, and then it's a power thing. It happens a lot in the gay community. I know friends that have said, they go on these dates and they wake up and they don't know what happened. So it happens I would say even more to a degree in that community, but they don't talk about it because of the culture. So yeah, man, not a good thing, horrible to defile somebody like that. And, the victims, man, they have to, live with that. And at least they had their day in court. But Hollywood, man, you gotta be careful. You gotta know who you're dealing with, and don't get caught up in the starry eyes of somebody you think is famous, and lose yourself in that glow. Always stay grounded and realize these are people, and some of these people have ill intentions. Big Herc 916. I didn't start off as a bad kid. Officially, I only got one real spanking my entire life. My mom did the best a 14-year-old could do, raising me with love and instilling values that will last a lifetime. I was a straight A student and lived to make her happy. So how did I go astray? A horrible stepdad that stole my self-worth and invoked fear turned me into a person that I struggled to overcome. From skateboarding to selling drugs, gang banging in juvenile hall, I got caught the same way many young promising men get caught up. I struggled to find my identity, getting mixed up in shootouts, crime, and the adult entertainment industry. This roller coaster continued as I juggled college, hustling, and Hollywood, eventually catching a federal bank robbery case. I found redemption in prison while serving a 120-month federal sentence and came out a man on a mission. I became a social media influencer with over 500 million views on YouTube and a life coach mentoring people all over the world. This is my journey against all odds. Hello, my name is Big Herc 916, and I'm with the Wash Your Ass Committee, and I'm traveling across America helping people wash their ass and get their booty holes clean. And I have with me here today Wash Your Ass Soap, and this one in particular is Butt Naked Scrub, but I also have Festival, Oatmeal Milk and Honey, Jamaican Me Crazy, Monkey Farts, and all these scents smell very good. They will help cleanse your body of funk and also make you feel better about yourself. So if you can go to BigHerc916.com, you can pick you up a bar, and my goal is to help America combat funk. Stop walking around with a crusty butt, smelly ball sack, and a funky hoo-ha. Big Herc said wash that ass. Pick you up a t-shirt at FreshOutSeries.com. Go to BigHerc916.com and purchase you a bar of soap, one of the books I've written, a hat, a beanie, a t-shirt, tank top, or some detail spray for your car.